Welcome, everybody.
Yeah, what's up, y'all? I'd like to thank y'all for tuning in to another episode of the We Want More podcast. I'm your host, Anthony Moore.
I'm Asante Morris. Thank you for joining.
We got Pepsi in between us taking a little nap. We interrupting his nap time right now, but thank y'all for joining us, man. We on episode 113. Please be sure to subscribe on whatever platform you listen to this on, whether that be on Apple, Spotify. Stop right now, scroll down, give us 5 stars, leave a review. Please do that. If you're watching us on YouTube, subscribe to that also. And feel free to join the Discord, man. Join the Discord while that's still free. We have some other things in the works. We are trying to work on the Patreon. We do want to start giving y'all some extra content.
Yeah.
Whether that be extra episodes throughout the week, whether that be the more unedited version of the episode, just because it is some things we might say off the cuff that we don't want to share with everybody, just for the sake of protecting our careers in your ears.
Yeah. We're gonna be able to. We're gonna actually.
Wait, hold it up.
Oh, I gotta move it up more.
Yeah.
So we're gonna
There
allow
you go.
people to. Oh, okay. Microphone. I've been doing this too long and not know how to use a microphone, but whatever. Yeah. If you pay us money, we will be more homophobic on command, and if you pay us a different amount of money, we'll be less homophobic on command. And
No, but
same thing. I think any form of bigotry. Like I'll be fucking whatever you need me to be, depending on how much money.
Shout out to all my gay niggas. Shout out to everybody in the LGBT community.
Yeah.
no,
Nah, I'm about to put that. I'm about to make that motherfucking family disown me for supporting Trump GoFundMe soon. That shit coming.
yeah,
Nigga, it's about to be the first.
Yeah, so on the Patreon, some of the things that we just ideas we've been coming up with as far as like, you know, what guests we'll have on their guest episodes or
Yeah, just extra shit, you know.
Yeah, so and let us know any ideas that y'all have, any things that y'all would like to see.
Yeah. Well,
We willing to show it all for the right price.
yeah, and whatever it is you want to see, depending on the price. Anything but my butthole. I feel like, because here's the thing, and I feel like
You only get one of those.
Well, no, I don't even know what my butthole look like. So I feel like, how y'all gonna know what my shit look like? I don't know what it look like. What type of what? I don't know too many. I mean, so this ain't really a topic of conversation that comes up a lot. But like straight niggas I don't know what my ass look like.
No, you ain't.
I don't got no reason to.
Even if I did put my ass out, it's too much hair back there for you to actually see it.
Yeah,
So.
I barely even see the bottom of my feet except for like when
my-
I'm lotioning it and washing it.
My shit look like your head.
Oh, that's fucking. I mean, I don't even know.
It's just a nice curly fro.
You supposed to. I feel like it's straight to shave your butthole now these days. I mean, you don't gotta. But I mean, that's the thing. I don't even know what's going on anymore because everybody. Bush is back.
Yeah.
Not the president. I mean, in a way, yeah, Bush is back. We're starting a war that we didn't ask for over oil. But like hairy pubic Mons pubis is back.
I don't know if it's back. It might just be the areas in Brooklyn that you in.
Nah, it's not international because I ain't been out the country, but it's nationwide.
Okay.
It's around. It just depends on. Yeah. It's different utilities though. It's not like, I don't think everybody should be one way or another way. You know,
Right.
Some people should have it hairy to hide the imperfections and you know the extras, and some should be slick for whatever purpose it is. Cause you know you don't want to fucking have one of them goddamn you know the toys that do all the shit. You don't want to get your hair caught up in that and all that. So
Yeah, and yeah, them toys, man. Them toys is too much to compete with.
no, it's not. I mean, like,
yes, shit. For me, I'm old, bro. I'm not compete. It's unfair. It's unfair because that toy don't need a nap after it's done.
true, but the toy also can't replace your father the way that I can. So the toy's never gonna say, "I'm so proud of you. You did so good on your math test today," or whatever. The toy is never gonna be like, you know what, you deserve a raise at work. Once they make that toy, then I'll But I like to collaborate.
No. This is definitely this is a group effort over here. I'm cool. When it comes to using the toys, in the bedroom, I'm that nigga that's okay with getting a C on a group project.
Absolutely.
Yeah, just put my name on the first slide.
Yeah,
I'm cool with that.
Yeah, I'm just here to choke you. The toy can do whatever, but you don't want a robot choking you because that's dangerous. Yeah, the robot if it malfunctions, you're dead.
Yeah, that's actually the first law. So if that robot is choking you, there's definitely a malfunction there.
Yeah, all I really am is these two fingers right here. That's all I exist to be. I'm this, and I'm words of affirmation. Robots can't do that.
No, but one thing I did want to share as far as we talked about the Patreon and the subscribing and all of that, but the Discord is where we've been getting just some feedback from the listeners. Actually, somebody did just share a good few book recommendations. You actually gave me a book. I started some of that.
Oh, you did start reading it?
Yeah.
Good.
But as far as Discord, we had a few people reach out just as far as people typically people do typically reach out after listening to the episode as far as just their feedback. But one of the things we talked about was the E.J. Johnson situation and about some of their comments about their preference in dating, right? And we started off seriousness and just kind of swayed a little bit, but
it was my fault. It was definitely my fault.
But I even made some mistakes because I clarified that EJ is going away from masculine identifiers, but I still made the mistake of saying he. And
I told you the pronouns are EJ, and you didn't listen. I told you.
No, but
the niggas' names are them pronouns.
And because when it comes to it, right?
Is that grammatically correct?
What?
I don't know. Could continue.
I told you before when we say nigga, it's always gender neutral for me. So
yeah, the dog's a nigga too. It don't even got nothing to do with nothing.
Yeah. So with EJ using I guess more fluid identifiers, but then also it was the original comments was EJ said they prefer to date straight men.
Yeah.
Right. So with my comments, it more so wasn't directed towards EJ. It was more so about the straight men because I was looking at it on a surface level of this is a gay presented man.
Yeah.
Right. I don't know if the correct terms get found out or just it comes out that they might be dating somebody on the spectrum of being gay or non-binary, trans or whatever. I just want You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, I'm be honest. I don't give a fuck. I'm trying to get an hour of material together, and I'm exploring all different angles. So I don't even remember what I said, but I'm sure it was. I'm sure it was wrong. I'm positive that what I said was incorrect on several levels. I just don't remember.
But
I was looking at pictures of Hunter Shaver's titties earlier. I don't give a fuck about nothing. But
but
continue.
But I don't want any of our queer listeners to get offended because I do know it's a good amount that do listen.
No, I want them to get offended a little bit,
but
just so they know they're human. I don't want to be egregious about it, but I feel like I don't piss anybody off. But I feel like every once in a while you say something that makes somebody go. It's just got to be the right type of offense. It's got to be like actually like damn, this is true, not like oh I'm just being a dick.
Right. Yeah, and the type of offense that I would want to make is the offense of bringing somebody into what we're saying and not punching down.
Yeah, I'm down with clocking niggas, but not like just being a dick.
Yeah. So definitely do. We do appreciate. I say that to say we do appreciate all the listeners. Even like in the gay niggas out there. I don't want any of the queer listeners to get offended because y'all have been a great help in just changing some of the ways we think about things.
Yeah, I mean, I don't really see whoever can bring hoes around me. I appreciate you more than the other listeners. So that's just I appreciate the queer ones because y'all got the hoes and the drugs. So thank you. That's all I care. I'm selfish.
But
Yeah, sorry. I once again, I didn't take that seriously at all. But I would just like to say,
we know where your heart is.
Yeah, and you know, my heart is wherever the hoes and drugs are.
So what's been going on? What's going on in the world right now? Jay-Z is back in the public spotlight right now. He just announced a few dates. Jay-Z is going to be performing one at the Roots Picnic. When is that? The Roots Picnic. Is that in May?
Fuck, I don't remember, but it does look like it's gonna be a good lineup.
Yeah. It looked like a great lineup, but I really don't do festivals. Do you do festivals?
Nah,
Yeah,
that's not some shit that I've ever spent money on.
Yeah, I
Unless
never
I can finesse it, but I never really spent money. I don't think I've ever spent money to go to a festival before.
Yeah, I don't know. I never went to Made in America.
They used to have a
need a seat.
yeah. I mean, I fuck with festivals and shit. Not lying. No, I definitely don't go to them. But Made in America, that used to be right next to the skate park. And they used to have like a little skate park inside of the thing. Mm-hmm. So like niggas could finesse that and go in there and like hang out for a second. But it's not anything that I've ever bought a ticket for.
Yeah. I need this is the Roots Picnic. The lineup does look amazing. You got Jay-Z headlining. Erykah Badu is going to be there. Kalani. I would love to hear Folded. I would love to do the dance. You ever see the guy dancing in the snow to Folded by Kalani? You haven't seen that?
Mm-mm.
Oh, I gotta show you that after. It does look like a great lineup. But then also Jay-Z just announced that he'll be headlining 3 dates at Yankee Stadium. So
damn, nigga beat that Diddy case. Now he's showing off.
So one night we'll be celebrating the 30th anniversary to Reasonable Doubt. The next night will be the 25th anniversary to The Blueprint. And then the Sunday, he announced us extra innings. So we don't know what that can be. That could just be like, just a total celebration of all the hits throughout his career. Could be some features, some guests might come out those nights.
Yeah. I don't have any. I don't perceive Jay-Z the same way I think you guys do. Like I don't really have like this level of reverence.
I mean, well, that would make sense. You by the time you reached your teenage years, he was already past his prime.
Yeah, he was doing what was it, Death of Autotune?
Yeah, yeah. That would make sense.
Around that time,
so he was probably
like on to the next one.
That was the same album. So at that time, he was probably killing all the shit that you thought was cool.
Yeah, it wasn't good.
Yeah.
And nigga was doing like Linkin Park shit. So at that point, like I don't think I was introduced to him when he had his like defining moments. I feel like I found him when he was just trying shit out.
Which makes sense. That would be like a young kid being introduced to Michael Jordan just through the highlights when they already get to see LeBron play every day.
Yeah. I remember playing. So Jordan, same shit. Bro. I was introduced to Jordan when a nigga was on the Wizards. Mm-hmm. And you playing like whatever game was out at the time. I think that what year was he on the Wizards?
He was on the Wizards 02, 03.
There was basketball games back then, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm pretty sure I was playing that shit, and I was like, damn.
I was playing with him on Street Volume 2.
Okay, so yeah, I was like, damn, this is the guy everybody's talking about, the baseball player. But but I mean, yeah, Jordan's different though. I feel like I don't think there's anything wrong with Jay-Z or anything. I'm just like, okay.
Yeah, well, with Jay-Z, announcing these tour dates, and he also just sat down and did an interview with GQ. And they asked him about a lot that's been transpiring since the last time he popped out. They asked him, like, one of the things, they asked him about the Clips album. Was he going to be featured on there? Like, what happened with that? Because there was some talks of him being on the album. And he said he was real close to being on there, but he feels like the first things he has to say to the public, it should be on his own merit. Like, it should be on his own accord. Basically, like, whether that be a solo song or solo project, instead of just being a feature verse. So, I say that to say, would you want a new Jay-Z album? Like, what would you want? Yeah, just because I was thinking.
I want the last 3.
Because and that's how I feel. That's how I feel.
Actually, what the 444? I understand the utility and importance of that. Like for somebody to take a hiatus and then come back with a solid product, I get that. I wasn't spinning it like that, but I was like, all right, he's like solidified his legacy a long time ago, and he hasn't tarnished it. I can appreciate that.
Honestly, man, I was because I had to sit and think, do I want a Jay-Z album, and what would I want from that, right? Mm-hmm. Now, the type of Jay-Z album I want, because at one point, let me see if I can find this clip. He said something along the lines of the music that he was making was like really dark, right? Now,
a small cog in that wheel. I'm getting out that creativity. But again, I was just so like heavy, and I don't know how to make music that's not reflective of how I'm feeling at the moment. It would have been fiery, but I don't know. I don't know if it's done more harm than good.
No, I would rather hear Jay-Z make some music that is heavy and more so reflective and introspective on what he's going through, as opposed to hearing him rap about the Picassos that he has in his house, or the how we need to invest in crypto. Like that's what I didn't like about Magna Carta, Holy Grail, and 444. Like, I love the Carter's album, because on the Carter's album he has songs like Boss and Friends, where he's speaking about, I don't feel like I'm really a boss unless I'm able to elevate my circle around me, or just dealing with real relationships, speaking on. And I did like some songs on 444, him reflecting on the marital problems. But I don't care about you missing out on investment properties in Brooklyn.
Yeah, I don't. And even if I was in that world, I wouldn't really give a fuck about that in music. That's kind of what my problem is with a lot of rap music these days, because you be vibing and then it's just like, I don't got no fucking diamonds. I ain't never had diamonds. I ain't gonna never have diamonds. I don't want diamonds, honestly. So like, I don't know. It just doesn't resonate.
And that's why, like, for me, I always mention how I got into Ace Hood music, right? Well, like, I was never no, seriously, bro. I was
You're his #1 fan, and I can guarantee you that.
I'm his only fan.
You're the only person keeping that man's name alive.
No, but because I feel like I could like really drive that point home with his music, because I didn't when Ace was with Khaled, I never liked his music. Because I felt like it had the same song. And I was like, nigga, I'm broke. I don't know what it's like to drive around in a Bugatti.
Yeah.
But now he living like me. So now I could get into somebody talking about being more spiritual or working out.
Yeah.
Being with their family. I could relate to that, as opposed to the flashiness of the wealth. Now, I will say, even though I can't relate to Jay-Z's earlier music, I feel like that came from I can't relate to his that lifestyle, but it appeals to the everyday vices of people, I will say.
There's a spiritual struggle to it.
I mean, I'm talking about, like, as far as like even like the blueprint, the superficialness. It appeals to that it appeals to like the vices that everybody has within themselves.
What vices?
As far as
specifically
the partying, the being around girls, the club life, that, as opposed to, that's the life that the average person in a struggle is striving to attain. The wanting to spend money and wanting a club and even like the diamonds and the watches. I could see the average person aspiring to get that, as opposed to, you're not selling drugs thinking like, man, I want to buy this Basquiat. You're not selling drugs thinking like, damn, I want to go to this museum.
I mean, fuck. I think like I think that I think it's a spiritual struggle in a way that when you have nothing and you're trying to get to something or like something more, you only have a little bit and you're trying to get to something more. Mm-hmm. It's kind of like trying to shed your old skin.
Yeah.
As this person who like your entire brain chemistry is wired by poverty. You know what I mean? So trying to like shed that version of yourself, there is a spiritual struggle to that. But once you already have accumulated enough, and this is why a lot of rappers, they just don't really resonate anymore, because it just becomes just further accumulation, which isn't really interesting to anybody. Like it's either greed or just everyday shit, just having a job. Like I gotta go to this meeting and talk about numbers and the quarterly reports. Like that's not really interesting at all.
Yeah. Well, in the interview, they asked Jay-Z about a lot. So one of the things
that was a shot at Big Sean.
One of the things they asked him about was about him being a capitalist. This is what he had to say.
To talk a little bit about this idea of like you said earlier, like the things that you do for the culture, the ways that you put on, the ways that you try to protect and move forward, but kind of the pushback that you get sometimes about like people throw capitalists at you in a derogatory sense.
Yeah, I think in that verse specifically, the only thing I heard coming up was the American dream until we started being successful. And it was like, wait a minute, you're selling out because you're making money. That was the first thing that was put on musicians. People had this law for the struggling artists. That's a mind game. What we would call back in the day for tricknology. It was like, no, I'm not going for that. Like, no, I make art first. And then I make sure that I'm compensated for my art. I didn't take advantage. I didn't get here by taking advantage of people. I didn't take no one. That's not my reputation. That's not what I do. I didn't get here by taking advantage of people or taking advantage of, the loopholes in the system or some wrinkle in like a capitalist structure. That structure exists, and I just see the world for what it is, not for what I want it to be. I'm a realist, not an ideal. It's not idealistic.
Yuck.
People speak about the world.
All right, now
I see the world for what it is. Oh my God, it's just a fucking cliche. Jesus Christ, nigga, say something new.
No, but it's points in that I do agree with, and there's points in that I disagree with a whole lot. Right.
All right. Hopefully, we can argue about this.
Even the whole idealistic, even that point, I feel like he should know better.
He should know better than what?
Than to say that I see the world as realistic instead of wait, hold up. Let me rewind that just to get that point again to see what he said. I don't want to misconstrue it.
This structure, that structure exists, and I just see the world for what it is, not for what I want it to be. I'm a realist, not an ideal. It's not idealistic. People.
Yeah. If he saw the world realistic, he'd still be in Brooklyn. Like most of he wouldn't have been able to see past that.
Yeah.
If he wouldn't even thought that what he's achieving is possible. If we saw the world as realistic and this is just what it is, we wouldn't have been able to overcome slavery. We wouldn't have been able to overcome Jim Crow laws. We would have just took it as, oh, this is just how black people got to be treated. We wouldn't have been able to see past that.
Or like those slaves that turned around, or like just black people in general that would turn around to enslave other black people because they're like, well, this is the way to generate money. You have slaves. Like that's realism. That's being realistic. The way to make money is to have slaves. So I'm gonna have some slaves even though I'm black.
Yeah. Now, the part that I do agree with is that people do say you sell out once you start to make money, as far as like musicians, where that was the thing, where the cool thing was to be an underground musician. And I guess you probably even see that in skateboarding, where like how skateboarders might be looked at as sellouts if they start to make money in brand deals.
So there's making money and selling out are two completely different things. Yeah. And we saw the same shit with the Riyadh Festival where like people who have literally sold out are going, well, I'm just trying to make money. It's like everybody wants artists to make money off of their endeavors. You know, we all know that artists, especially musicians, are being taken advantage of in their contracts and their deals, and everybody loves to see when somebody who, you know, started with just a couple songs and an idea crystallizes their vision and makes money off of it. And it's even better when somebody else isn't making more than them off of their labor. But when they start to take advantage of that, take advantage of other people, or just in general sign a contract with corporations or brands that have questionable ethics, that's when we start to say you're a sellout. It's not a new thing. It's not like, oh, we just started making money and now everybody's saying it's out. It's like this has been going on for a very long time. You know, this goes back way back. I'm talking about slavery, same shit. The talented tenth, you know that. There's like the most talented and intelligent black people should be the representatives of the shit. And that's the same shit where niggas would question that and be like, well, so you wouldn't just want us to assimilate and essentially create a new hierarchy within the existing hierarchy?
Yeah. And
so it's not no new shit, and he's full of shit for even suggesting that that's the reason why we would call somebody a sellout.
Yeah, and you know, also too, a lot of people try to accredit his wealth and his success to how great of a businessman he is, right? Now, personally, I don't think he's that great of a businessman. And this is not just him specifically. This is also I would put him in the same class as, when it comes to dealing with business, a Michael Jordan or a LeBron. Where it's like, y'all have all these great investments and have been able to accumulate all this wealth through your business dealings, but it's not because you're great at business. It's because that you're so great at what you do. Your talent has allowed you in all of these different avenues and doors.
Yeah,
whereas like
they would have been denied before.
Right, yeah. You aren't the best businessman, you're the best rapper. You weren't the best businessman, you're the best athlete. So that's been able to open doors for you. Because when it comes to business and music, honestly, I think the best businessman has to be Master P. You know how great you got to be to get people to buy a Silk the Shocker album?
Yeah, honestly, Master P making money off of the music that them niggas was doing back then is like, all right, Cash Money, like that shit is
right. Yeah,
you can't deny that. But a lot of that motherfucking No Limit was like, but it's amazing because it was something that should have been underground. Like
right.
It's not that it's bad. It's just like some of that
shit. Like,
but if you where they from again?
New Orleans.
New Orleans, yeah. So if you came up in that time or in that area, I'm sure that shit resonates so heavily. But to a nigga like me who's younger and from a totally other part of the country, it's really no reason for me to like connect with that because the sounds are just it's a bit regional. I don't really, I just don't feel this shit. Yeah. But it's fucking worth a lot. Yeah. So that is good. But I think Jay-Z, he's a great businessman because
I think he still is a good businessman. But it's just like don't just act like you were just able to have this great foresight on things that everybody else didn't see. Yeah,
so all this like, well, I just have a better product than everyone, and that's why I have more money. I sell more. It's like first of all, we from Philly, we know for a fact that this nigga took advantage of people. We know you can't even get me started on this type of shit without me fucking getting upset. Cause that nigga took Philadelphia had a lot of fucking momentum at the time. That nigga took all of it and contained the momentum to within his own label. And then where is it now? The word is he attached himself to something that he saw building momentum, and he did what a lot of people would do in that situation. Capitalized on it until he saw that it was, there wasn't much more he could do with it, and then washed his hands of it. And that's not morally wrong, so to speak. But that is what a capitalist would do in that situation. That's what Amazon would do. Buy a company that's hot and then fucking nerf that shit.
No, but I do wanna shoot Jay a little bit when it comes to Rockefeller. Just because the more that you see them talking interviews, you realize like Jay-Z did a concert a few years ago where he told all of them where he brought Beans out in Freeway and the Young Guns and told them afterwards like, yo, meet me at the studio. and instead they just went to an after party. And
Oh yeah.
so it's like sometimes when you hear them talk in interviews, you be thinking like, all right, yeah, Jay did have to leave these niggas behind.
Memphis Bleak too. I would put, it's no. I mean, like, it's just these are guys that definitely made it further in life than most other people in their position would have, because he helped them with the opportunity for sure. But that's just, I mean, it's literally the definition of capitalism. Yeah. You sell me your labor, and I tell you what you're gonna get paid off of it based off of what I make off of that, and what I make is gonna be more than what you make. That's just textbook shit. So to say you're not taking advantage of people is just that the name of the game is to take advantage of people, and that's not to take away from his talent or nothing, but to say that you did all this shit just off of pure vision and talent and work ethic is just not true. Yeah, it just can't be true. That's not how the world works. I'm being more realistic than somebody who would say they're a realist is in that situation. So I'm not saying all this shit to be like fuck Jay-Z and he's wrong and all. I just know some people would fall for this shit. So I feel like it's important if you can hear what I'm saying right now to understand why it's such a fucking cliche. I've heard it a million times before, and it's just not true. Like all this, I see the world for what it is, not what I want it to be. Why, nigga? Why the fuck can't you see it for what you want it to be? What kind of fucking short-sighted, like selfish shit is that? The American breed of selfish, short-sighted bullshit.
But then also, he also spoke on let's get me out of communism mode for a minute, because I'm gonna go. I got fucking yeah. No, but then he also spoke on the back and forth situation between Kendrick and Drake, and he also said that he feels like we've moved past the need for battles in rap. I'll play that right here.
And I love the sparring and the music you get, but in this day and age, it's so much negative stuff that comes with it that you almost wish it didn't happen.
Really?
Yeah, because it's almost like it's a final thing. Now people that like Kendrick hate Drake.
Yeah.
No matter what he makes, no matter what he says, and it goes far too. It's like attack on his character and his thing and it's like, I don't know if I love that.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's helpful to our growth. Where the fallout lands, especially on on social media, which takes place every day.
Yeah.
And now you have these pods of cult.
The Stan armies fighting.
Yeah, and it's like, it's too far.
Yeah.
It's like bringing kids in it.
Yeah.
And it's like, I don't like that. Maybe I've grown in a space that is probably, I sound like the old guy wagging the thing. But
bringing people's kids in it. This is coming from who did you know what? Are you fucking serious?
And he is at a different point, right? And it's like, all right, I get it. You're in your 50s, you've grown, you mature, you see the world differently. But it's like the Kendrick and Drake beef, it's like that's the beef that went too far. We've seen situations in rap where people actually died. Gucci stayed on stage. Gucci was on stage right across from Jeezy and told him to go dig your man up.
Yeah, and it's hard to even comment on that because you can't give no advice for that. How you gonna tell a nigga how to feel after he had to kill somebody in self-defense and the other nigga, his friend, is dead? Like, so it's easy to just be like, all right, I'm not gonna comment on that.
Now I could see if that went too far, but it's like then also. Nobody had the same sympathy for Meek.
Yeah.
When he went through when he was being memed and on social media, it looked like it was over for him for a minute.
Yeah, and
nobody would have had a problem if it was he was going through that. He was going through that while facing his legal situation. He was fighting a perk addiction.
Yeah. Now everybody was on the side after that. After the legal situation, they were like, "Oh, okay, let's."
I hate that whole stance of like, we've grown past battling. I think battling is a necessary part of it. And I think he goes on to say that, wait, matter of fact, actually let me play.
Dude, he's an older man and he's making money and he's like, you gonna fuck the money up. Money. That's it.
As far as like sparring with music, with collaborations more so than breaking the whole thing apart.
Yeah.
It could stand it before because there was no social media and there was no thing, and you had the battle and it was fun, and then you moved on.
Right.
Yeah. So he basically said like they, instead of battling rappers, they should spar with each other as far as in collaborations. But then you have artists out there that might not want to collaborate with a certain artist in fear of that person outshining them on their own record. Or you might have an artist where it's like, then they get a verse, now they go on the back and change their verse to outshine that other person. Battling has been around since the inception of hip hop, and now all of a sudden, because one person lost, is we need to move past that.
Yeah, it's
the person that instigated their loss.
I don't really get what all the like, oh, I think it went too far. Like, you can't call people pedophile. You can't bring people with kids in it. Like, remember Eminem used to kill his mom and his baby's mom on songs. Like, literally, like, I'm going to kill you, bitch. And that wasn't too far. 50 Cent ruined Ja Rule's career damn near. That wasn't too far. But now calling a nigga that got questionable behavior around younger women a pedophile is too far. And the nigga still ain't respond. He was like, yo, look, I know what it looks like, but dot, 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 dot. He still ain't do that. He was just like, hey, y'all just hating on me. Like, that's like your uncle touch you, and then your mom like, why you hating on my brother, bro? Like, if you know you got some weird shit on you,
you gotta chill.
You gotta just take shit.
Yeah. So in other music news, The Game, he just got caught in a situation. A bunch of women just outed him as far as like sending them the same DM.
Yeah.
Right. So he was sending. So The Game, he was sending the same message to just women online as a pickup line. His line was, he would say F3. Yeah. Right. He'd send them the message F3, and they would respond saying like what, or question marks, stuff like that. And he said, and his response would be, let me
see. He'd be like, oh, my fault. I thought this was a vending machine.
Yeah,
I wanted a snack.
Right.
That's genius.
I like it. I like that. It's kind of,
ain't nobody expecting that shit.
It's kind of like how you ever see the basketball where people would. I've received that one a few times.
The basketball?
Yeah, somebody might drop a basketball in a DM, and then they say, what? Like, what's this? Mm-hmm. And they say, oh, my ball rolled over here. I was just coming to get it. I got one for you.
You like take a picture of like a card or like a screenshot of a card. Yeah. Is there card emojis? I don't think so. But no, you just send like a bunch of like playing cards to somebody, and then they go, what? And you're like, I'm just trying to play my cards right.
Okay.
There's a whole bunch. Listen, I was very happy to see this because I haven't tried it because I feel like it's already too big. I'm not trying to. I don't like to steal material.
Yes.
So I respect this heavily.
I respect this too.
It's original a little bit.
I respect it because coming from a rapper, he's trying to start off with some personality, trying to make you laugh, trying to be creative.
Yeah. And this is like the DM Red Rose White Ceiling.
Yeah. Red Rose White Ceiling.
Yeah. You gonna play that? Yeah. All right. So I guess everybody might not know this, but if you look at there's a compilation probably, but if you look at every freestyle the game's ever done, like radio, whatever, he starts off everyone going Red Rose White Ceiling for some reason. That's just him clearing his throat and doing a mic check. So
yeah, and man, Game, he got one of the best discographies out there. Like I love the Game music, but he always getting caught up in some stuff on social media.
He's a silly guy. I appreciate silly people.
But that's why his albums aren't really like the core fans know how good his albums are, but he doesn't get the respect he probably should because of the online stuff he does.
Yeah. Yeah, but he's too like he's not somebody like Kendrick is mostly like not mostly, but a big part of his appeal is that he's like not reachable. Mm-hmm. And he's not DMing people F3. But that shit, I mean, like, what you supposed to say? Hi, I am interested in you.
No, I mean,
can I take you out? Can I have sex with you? Can I hold your hand? And that shit don't work.
and that's why I kind of like this, because he is being creative. Because most rappers or most celebrities, most men that are celebrities with a lot of money, they probably saying like how much, or like
send me your cash app.
What's your price, stuff like that, right? And matter of fact,
niggas send just like the eyes emoji and shit.
You know what I say?
I want some motherfucking pussy, man. God damn. Can a nigga get some pussy? Please? Pretty please? Pretty please? Please?
Oh, that's good. So hold on, what's the one I've been running? Let me see. There's some good ones. Fuck. All right. I saw one. I haven't used this yet, but it was somebody DM somebody and said you shouldn't waste your time with a loser like me, or should you? That one's good. Oh no, this is the one. This is the one. So it was like, hey, what's going on? Hey, you seem chill. What's going on with you? And then like a little bit later, just please, I need this. That's my favorite one. Just please, I need this. That's me. That's definitely where I'm. That's my favorite one right now. Please, I need this.
But you know, for him to send us to like all the women he's been sending, you know, this shit has been working.
Yeah, the fuck. I mean, also, yeah, you don't run the same shit if it don't work. You gotta like. Well, here's the thing. I feel like you give it like a 2 trial runs maybe, and then you move on to something else. But you gotta be like a little bit. He doesn't have to be. He doesn't have to do that. That's the thing. I'm like, he really could just be like, "What's up?" Like they already know who he is. He already knows who they are, so they could either just show interest or not. But the fact that he's still being silly, I feel like that's commendable. Yeah. It's corny as fuck for sure. It's some cornball shit. That's kind of why I feel like that's why I haven't been able. Like I saw it and I was like, "There's no way I could do that," because that's just like.
But corny should be working. No,
you do got to be corny, bro. Please, I need this. You just gotta go for it. What's the shit? I'm gonna try to give somebody something that worked for me, just so I can give an example. I'm trying to think of who might be listening right now, so I don't blow my spot up. But
I be seeing all types of shit. I know your game.
What? Oh yeah, I be wilding, but not like like disrespectful.
Well, I don't know your online game. I done seen you working purpose.
What did I do?
What you be conditioning with?
Did I use that?
What you moisturize with? No, because your hair can be a way in.
I definitely do. If somebody has the same hair as me, I pretty much like. There's never gonna be a point where like I run out of shit to talk. I might not be the first thing, but if I'm running out of shit, I'm gonna just be like, "When's your wash day?" Like,
no, because I've seen it with people with dreads, where they go to a woman with dreads and be like, "How long you been locking?"
How long you been locking? That's a good one. I don't even want to give away my shit at this point because I feel like niggas gonna steal my shit.
I can only talk to bald girls now.
Like, so do you use a guard or you just?
That's by choice or you sick?
That's fucking amazing. Yo, that's a good one. Holy shit, I'm writing that down right now. Are you by choice or are you sick? I'm writing it down. I'm not. You think I'm fucking around? Did you come up with that just now? That's good. That's way better than. Oh, you know what? The one that I be doing is I just post on my story. Respond. I just do that, and whoever. Sometimes like the homies will hit me up and be like, "What's good? What do you go skate or you hanging later?" Like it don't matter who responds, but I just love posting respond and just seeing who responds.
No, that's the shit that used to make me mad. I remember I used to tweet like, "Yo, on Twitter, I think my DM broke." And then, that's good too. And then one of my homies hit me like, "Yo, bro, you good?"
Well, I mean, that's my thing. Like, I don't have an expectation when I do respond. It's just become a funny like running joke at this point.
Yeah.
So I just go respond. I might do it. I did it yesterday. I gotta let some time pass before I do it again. But whenever I'm bored, I just literally, it's just so fun to just go respond. Or just like, if somebody doesn't respond to you, just text back, respond. And then they might respond.
Well.
But yeah, that's the one I'll give you. Just tell people respond. just slide in the DM and just say respond. That's the shit that works the best.
Well, and other corny.
If anybody tries that, let me know how it goes. That's the only one I'm willing to give away. But don't do that. Don't do the story one. Or you can only do it in private. The story one's mine. I do that.
No, and other corny news. We said we wasn't going to talk about him, but LaRussell. LaRussell, he just won't stop. He won't stop. So he deleted.
You know, fat niggas always going back for seconds.
He deleted his social media after the backlash of people just telling him how wrong he was about the whole heaven sent message. Because just to say the whole song where he's saying even Malcolm was heaven sent, even Martin was heaven sent, just the word even right there, as if they did something wrong. But so he deleted all his social media, and he's showing that he still doesn't understand what the issue is with saying these things.
It's fake outrage. I can make whatever art comes to me. Anybody who makes music, at a level where you really rapping about something, not just bullshit, but rapping about life. And as an artist, it's our job to put art out into the world, however that may come. I don't have to change my art because it makes you uncomfortable.
Was there a time?
Now that right there, right? Even though he deleted his social media, it's showing that he doesn't understand the real issue. This is when even your fans are telling you, hey, you're giving the wrong message out. Now, I kind of look at that kind of like with like Chappelle and the tree and stuff.
Yeah.
Right? Or Kanye, the stuff he's been doing the past few years, where it's like, at least these niggas build up the equity. Like, at least they build up a body of work to where we are fans of them. But even then, it's like, you're still human. You still can be wrong too. And this is just showing. This is just like what LaRussell is doing is just a masterclass of how to ruin any potential growth and any potential fans you can make while you're rising up. Because it's like now he's just put a cap on the people. The whole purpose of from going independent to signing with a label was to show like, all right, I want to take my career to this next level, and he's just done nothing but hurt himself in these past few weeks.
Yeah, and he could have just did a part 2, like they did. I Need a Girl part 2. I got it the first time. You Need a Fucking Girl. I get it. Just make a part 2 of the song and make that one better. Ignition remix. I don't even know what the fucking first Ignition was.
Yo, that's what's crazy. He said he was going to give us a preview of the remix and gave us 3 minutes of fire. That was only the preview. Like, he probably still got some more Ignition in the tuck.
Yeah, I wish he'd have put that out before all the other shit. So I'd have had a chance to enjoy it. Let's let R. Kelly's name die with him in jail.
Well, this past week, this past week, I don't know if you heard about this. It was a quadriplegic amputee, quadruple amputee athlete. Mm-hmm. He's accused of shooting a man and he dumped the body.
See, that's the part that I don't get.
This is the most disabled person that I've ever seen. Because what I found out, so they were all in the car. Mm-hmm. They were all in the car, and at first I thought he was a passenger. This nigga was the one driving. Which is crazy.
You gotta be a real fucking timid nigga to get in a car with somebody with no legs and no arms. Cause like the only reason that I would do that is so I don't want to offend them. But even then, I'd be like, "Hey man, you've had a long day. Let me drive,
bro. I could be drunk.
You've been walking around all day.
I could be drunk, and I'm gonna feel like I'm the safe option.
Yeah, I'm not letting a nigga with no motherfucking. Cause I don't give a fuck if you got nubs. Your nubs don't got no reflexes.
How you gonna put on your turn signals?
Yeah.
And what's crazy is too.
How you gonna fucking turn the song up when I'm in the backseat? I'm like, yo, cut that shit up. How you gonna do that?
You can't let the nigga with nubs on the aux.
Yeah.
But what's crazy is this was a Tesla that he was driving too.
That makes sense. This is self-driving, I guess.
No.
So the car was driving and he was shooting out the window?
Bro, I got hands and I still be having trouble. When I remember the first time I got a Uber driver that was in the Tesla, I almost asked him to get out the car to open the door for me. I didn't know what to do.
Yeah. I don't like Teslas that much.
So
They seem like promising at first. I remember when they came out, I was like, "Oh, this looks like something. This is the future." But it just continued to be the same amount of confusing.
Yeah.
Like it's not no better.
Yeah, so originally, he was in the news before. ESPN has done a few stories on him because he's a champion cornhole player.
Yeah.
Which is kind of like ironic and cute that he looks like a little cornhole bag. And it says he's being accused of.
I see a picture of this guy. I really do.
Yeah, it's what is his name? Dayton James Weber. He's
Cornhole player, no arms. That's what comes up.
Yeah,
okay, so all right.
yeah,
as far as the legs go, he does have like a.
He got a little bit. Like I've seen videos of him. Climbing a ladder. This is just a wild story to see somebody not armed but dangerous.
This motherfucker got he got like the fake legs, that look like fucking
The paper clips.
Yeah, like they look like fucking baby skis. So he got those. I get that for the legs. But what about the arms? Because here he is doing a handstand on a skateboard. He doing an elbow stand. I don't know what the fuck you'd call that if you don't have hands. But he's fucking a talented guy.
Yeah.
I just don't know what the fuck he held the gun. I know how he can hold the gun with the nubs, but how did he pull the trigger?
Right.
That motherfucker, he got a fucking shoestring tied to it, and he used it in his teeth, and you just pull the shoestring like a grenade pin with his teeth. Oh no, it's a video of the nigga shooting a gun too. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
He go to the gun range. What is he pulling the trigger with?
Maybe Kurt Cobain did do it himself. So he was arrested Monday morning in Charlottesville, Virginia. And let's see, what did the sheriff's office have to say? They said Weber was driving his vehicle when he shot and killed Wells, who was sitting in the passenger seat, and there were two more passengers in the back seat.
Oh, he didn't shoot somebody outside of the car. He shot somebody in the car.
Yeah, so
that's an easy ass case to beat. It was an accident. I don't got no fucking arms.
But it was the two passengers in the back seat. So everybody in the car were friends.
Yeah.
Everybody in the car were friends. And they said Weber and Wells had got into an argument leading up to the shooting. And I believe after the shooting, Weber pulled over and he asked the other passengers in the back seat to help him pull the body from the car. And they refused, and they got out the car, and then Weber drove off. And the other passengers, they flagged down two police officers.
Yeah, you can't get into heaven if you get shot by a tater tot. That ain't how that works.
Yeah, I'd be damned if I let a starfish kill me.
Yeah,
cause no, bro, they gonna have fun with him in jail.
Oh yeah, they gonna play hot potato with that nigga. They gonna play cornhole with him. They gonna play cornhole with his cornhole.
Yeah, this is a sad story, especially like somebody like this throwing away all his talent.
Yeah,
because initially it was a story of resilience. Him not having those extra limbs, but still being able to live like a healthy, normal life. Like I said, I saw a video of him climbing up a ladder, and for him to still be able to move through life, and you use your success story to dispose of bodies.
Yeah, and I did say something a moment ago. I feel like maybe I'm not giving the victim a little bit as much credit, because if I saw a nigga with no arms pull a gun out, I'd be like, what you about to do with that? Ain't nobody scared of that motherfucking. How you gonna pull the trigger? And then he does it somehow. I still see nobody is interested in this because it's not in any of the news articles. But how the fuck did he pull the fucking trigger? He got no goddamn arms. He don't got no fingers. There's niggas with fingers that can't shoot.
It was no fingerprints, so they had to test the trigger for saliva. He pulled it with his tongue.
Yeah, you hold it with your teeth and then you pull it with your tongue. Maybe that's how he did it. That nigga tongue must be strong as shit. That's another reason he don't need to be in jail. Damn, man. I feel bad for the victim, of course, but like you let a calzone shoot you, nigga. Fuck was you thinking, bro? You let him get the gun?
There's been a lot going on this past week with just like the whole travel situation across the country where TSA workers aren't being paid.
Yeah, that sucks.
Yeah, they aren't being paid, and because of that, it's causing a backup in major airports all over. I know some flights in Newark just got grounded, but then because of the lack of pay, the staff that is on site, they're being overworked. They're forced to pick up more responsibilities and more duties on a job, which just led to a plane crash. A plane crashed at LaGuardia Airport. Shit, I just flew out of LaGuardia a few weeks ago. So that shit is really scary, man. That this happened so close to home. It was a plane crash at LaGuardia Airport where it was one flight. I believe it might have been a United flight. They felt like it was smoke coming from the back of the plane, so they wanted to get checked out. Mm-hmm. So a fire truck was on a runway going to the scene, but at the same time, Air Canada flight was landing and crashed into the plane, killing both of the pilots and injuring other passengers. And it's sad because at that point, it was like you right there. You think like it's just you made it. Yeah. You think you made the flight, and everybody's about to go home to their families or on to their next destinations. And in the last 20 seconds of the flight, we have 2 lives lost because of the understaffing and just the issues with this current administration. And everybody involved was white because they ain't mentioned DEI.
Yeah,
in the situation.
Yeah, because they would have been like a black transgender immigrant, left-handed. They would have threw everything at the motherfucker. But
right,
it was probably just 2 very highly qualified individuals made a mistake.
And what they're trying to do to help with the understaffing is they're actually deploying ICE agents to airports. Have you seen that?
Yeah,
they got ICE agents supposedly helping out, which they're not trained to do. They're not even trained to do the job that they're supposed to be doing. And
yeah,
and nobody's coming in the country illegally. Nobody's coming or leaving the country illegally through the airport.
And it's such a silly thing.
Where you got to go through customs and show your passport and all your legal documents.
Yeah, and like that. So you're allowed to come here on a flight. So like if you can make it past all of that, like it's only your first day here. So it's not like you can't be caught overstaying.
Right.
If you just got here, like you could be visiting or whatever. Like, so. I saw they were saying that. I was like, well, they can arrest people at the fucking at the gate trying to come over illegally. That like if you can afford a plane ticket and you have all the proper documentation, you're not gonna get arrested.
Yeah, that's why this World Cup, this shit about to be empty. We supposed to have a World Cup here in like a few months.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I don't really pay much attention to soccer, but I will now.
This country don't care about soccer.
Yeah.
I mean, shit. We act like our football is the most popular one.
True.
I'm gonna talk about this situation real quick. So I know you don't watch the show. Have you ever watched Beauty and Black?
I avoid all. With the last Tyler Perry project I watched was the one. Who was in it? Is it Kelly Rowland? Am I mixing up black people?
No. Kelly Rowland with that Mia Culpa thing.
She was in that, right?
Yeah.
There was a sex scene and her ass was not featured, but the dude's ass was in it. That's when I knew I'm not fucking giving this nigga a chance ever again.
He shot the ass that he wanted to see.
Exactly. And I'm like, okay, cool. That is not for me.
Wait, is this a Tyler Perry thing?
Yeah.
Yeah. Damn, this definitely was.
And it was just objectively not a good movie. And like the plot, everything about it was pretty much terrible.
I got a good nap into this one. Yeah, so Beauty in Black show on Netflix. I actually it keeps me entertained.
What's it about?
It's about a family that owns a hair company, and basically all of them are just trying to get at each other. It's a super dysfunctional family.
Oh, is it like Black Succession?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, I didn't see that either, but I heard about it.
That's a good way to describe it. Black Succession.
And what would black? So white people, they own an entire media organization. Black people,
we own hair products.
Yeah.
And
black people sell curl cream,
and that's
our equivalent.
And they just trying to take each other out to control their shares of the company.
Yeah.
And
as hair moguls are wont to do.
And in this, one of the guys that's in the show, some people the family is in this hair company, but then it's a few people that come into it that were like being trafficked at a strip club that was being run by certain members of the family. Now the one guy in there is this guy Andrew. Now
is that the name in the show?
What his?
Yeah.
The character that he plays is named Angel, but his real name is Xavier Smalls. And,
right.
And I ain't gonna lie, I do hope they kill his character. He is like really annoying in the show. You'll hate his character.
Why? Because he's gay or because he's light skinned?
He just be fucking up.
Oh, okay.
So
you're not okay. I was wanting people to know what your because I would want him to die because he's light skinned and annoying.
But his character, he's a male dancer, but he has this relationship with this older guy. It's kind of like gay for pay, and he went on Instagram Live.
If I'm a male stripper, do I like? All right, so let's just assume I'm a male stripper. I have a question. I'm not gonna do. I can't do that. I can't, do nothing with dudes. Sorry, but like if I'm a male stripper and women come in, do they like get to pay me for a private dance? Because in that case, do they sit on my lap or do I sit on their lap? Like, how does that work? I'll have. There's no way for me to look this up without seeing things I don't want to see, but I'm gonna figure it out.
Yeah, so Xavier Smalls, he went on Instagram Live, and he was just talking about the type of people that God won't allow into heaven.
Yeah.
Like, he wouldn't send me to hell. Yes, God does love you, right? But he loves all his children. Whether you're an atheist, whether you curse him, whether you live in sin, whether you drunk, smoke weed, whether you do whatever, he still loves you, right? But he'll send you to hell because when you die, there's only two places, right? And if you live in sin on this earth, he's so holy, he's so grand beyond our imagination. You can't kick it with him in heaven. Not because Mariah, Chapo got loose again. You got to time better.
Wait, I'm gonna pause right there. The fact that he's doing this while he's out at the playground with his daughter, it's fucking insane.
I mean, I don't see tracks. That's when people get the most homophobic, when they're around their kids. That's where I learned it from. That's why I'm the man I am today.
Not because he doesn't love you, but because he's so holy, he can't dwell with unholy people. And that goes for other sinners. Scoffers, mockers, liars, all things that are an abomination. It's not just the LGBT. It's if you're drunk, like if you're an alcoholic, if you are a murderer, like these are all.
Well, and that's just a crazy group to compare, like to say that some LGBTQ person or somebody that has an alcohol addiction to put them in the same group as a murderer. But then, you know,
Jesus turned water into wine, nigga. You don't go to hell for drinking wine. That don't make no fucking sense.
and just to come at gay people like that, it's so wrong, especially when
You're just factually incorrect. But I'll let you continue.
But then when you have no problem being a gay for pay actor and working for somebody that is, well, we don't know how Tyler Perry identifies, but he has relations with men. We don't know, but because I know he has a child. So
it's just whenever somebody's trying to like talk about some gay shit, the words get more intricate. You know, he likes to engage in physical movements with another gentleman. It's always like, it's never just like he be fucking niggas. That's what I would say it. He fuck niggas. It's cool to say that. I support his dream. It's like, you know, like it's just funny. Like, you know how like the old heads, they be trying to not be homophobic, and it's like, you know, he because they used to just be like, he got sugar in his tank.
Right? Yeah.
He
got a friend.
Yeah, he has a friend of a certain sort. Yeah. My daughter, she she likes to she likes to pursue other ladies.
Yeah, but it's like, you have a boss that has gay relationships.
Yeah,
you have gay coworkers because there's other actors on the show that are gay and have husbands in real life. One of the characters, Charles, on the show, he's one of the people. There's other guy that plays attorney Varney. They're gay in real life. Mm-hmm. So, you know, it just shows, and that's kind of why people are turning away from the church, because of hypocrisy like that.
Yeah,
where you feel like this is a abomination, or it's wrong. These people are going to hell, but you have no problem working with them every day on set and taking money from them.
It's just all like made up shit. Not the religion aspect, but just the like, well, you were doing these things you're going to hell. It's like alcohol. Okay. It's an addiction isn't really a sin. You know, it's fucked up. I guess you're not supposed to do it, but it's like, nigga, we not supposed to be fucking working on Sundays. We not supposed to be eating motherfucking shellfish and shit.
We not supposed to be sleeping in the same bed as our girl when it's her time of the month. Yeah,
and I be doing way more than that. So that's wrong. But like the thing, my problem with like the whole like people gonna focus on the gay thing because that's like actually affecting like a community of people that are like marginalized. But my shit is like, the nigga ain't saying nothing about greed. Like, we just decide which shit going to send you to hell just based off of the shit that we don't like. Oh, you smoke a weed, and now my car smell like weed, so you going to hell. Yeah. Or like, the gay shit. He says it's an abomination. A couple things on that. Abomination, that's an English word. The Bible was not written in English. It's been translated to and from so many other languages. How do we end up at that word? I'm not saying that it's wrong. I'm saying, do we know for a fact that's the right word? And if it is, abomination ain't the same as sin.
Yeah.
Cause you ever abomination can be like, it's disgusting, right? But like, sometimes you get ahead and you're like, damn, the way she eating this dick up is disgusting. This bitch is abominable when she eating this joint. So it's not necessarily a sin. But damn, she just spat on it. That's an abomination. But it's not a sin. I don't think. Is sucking dick a sin? Like, I know, like, because that don't make babies. That's a damn near a form of birth control.
Shit, that shit feel like heaven on earth.
So did you see what I'm saying? And the whole like gay thing is like, I just feel like people misunderstand it, or it just suits a certain narrative. Because if you look at the way it was translated and what it could have originally meant, it could have just been meant to mean that like relations, a man's, like, because they was doing shit with boys is what I'm getting. Instead they were doing fuck shit with boys, and I think people would say that it was mistranslated to suit that narrative when originally it was meant to say you're going to hell if you do shit with kids.
Mm-hmm.
And nobody seems to have that much smoke for that shit for some reason. Maybe it's because I don't know.
It's just crazy that like a nigga that works with Tyler Perry, because I also believe he was in a Tyler Perry movie. He was in one of the Medeas. So it's just crazy that somebody working with somebody like a Tyler Perry could have these views.
Yeah, if you going to hell for being gay, no, if you go to hell for being gay, like being gay is like the worst thing in the world, and you go to hell for it. Wouldn't you also go to hell for normalizing it on TV, like accepting money for it, right. Spitting in the face of God for money that doesn't send you to hell? So I don't listen to shit niggas like this say. Sassy light skinned nigga is homophobic. Get the fuck out of here, bro. I'm sick of that shit. It's a hypocrite.
Let me see, what was he in? He was in he was in Medea's Destination Wedding. Yeah. One other thing that I did want to touch on, and I wanted to send some congrats to the.
Well, actually, I have more on this actually because I've been thinking about this, and I'm past the whole gay aspect of it. It's just have you noticed how whenever you seem to claim your body as your own in any sort of way, like anyway, it's almost it's like it's an affront to God. Whether or not it's actually listed in the book, sometimes they have a reference in the book. Mm-hmm. But say that you are gay and you're like, I'm not going to reproduce naturally. Say that you decide to transition genders, which also might lead to not transitioning naturally. Just if you like in my case, if I were to just say I might not never have kids, just out of choice, you tell older people that, they kind of treat you like you're fucking spitting in God's face for that. Mm-hmm. It's like, what am I getting at? Through the use of religion, a lot of oppressive societies have claimed the bodies of the people living within that as their own. Like, you have to procreate so that we can continue to further our goals as a collective. Yeah. So, like, if you decide to step outside of that in any way, people are like, oh, well, you're going to fucking hell.
Yeah. But it's only when it comes to the sexual aspect of your lifestyle, because the other things, like as far as tattoos, nobody says anything about the tattoos or the piercings.
Oh, yeah. I'm going to hell for that, for sure.
I mean, shit, there's plenty of these undercover people with their nipples pierced, or the mixing of clothes. As far as you're not supposed to wear cotton. You're not supposed to mix like your cottons and your silks and your leathers.
Yeah, yeah. You're not supposed to mix. You're not supposed to wear Adidas with a Nike tracksuit.
No, you should go to hell. No, you should go to hell for that. I hate
a Nike hoodie and Adidas shoes.
Yo,
yeah, hell.
Yo, I don't even like wearing Nike socks with my Adidas.
That honestly. It does seem like a conflict of interest.
No, that definitely is a hell justifiable offense.
It's the 11th commandment.
The Philly and me hate that shit, yo. Let me see what else. What else are you not supposed to do?
It's a lot of shit, but I just have noticed that, like,
damn, it say do not defend yourself against. Yeah, damn. I know that do not defend yourself against physical attacks, but I didn't know lawsuits were in that too.
Well, that's the thing. It's not. It's bullshit. But if you look at it, like, a lawsuit is a modern thing. They ain't know nothing about motherfucking litigation in a court of, like, actual law the way we know it today. So we basically are inventing new shit and then putting old laws on it. It's like, we probably wasn't even ever supposed to invent most of this shit. Like cars, how you going? What the fuck do God think about cars, nigga?
Yeah. Damn, this shit don't This should include, we're not supposed to eat lobsters. Yeah. Now, you are going too far if you eat a cat or a dog. Now, that
can't eat snails.
No, that is a great point, because even with the Jewish religion, when I talk about how, like, helping the Jewish people, there's been plenty of times when I was living in Sunset Park, when I had to help Jewish people make phone calls, or go in their houses and turn on their air conditioners for them because they couldn't touch any of the electric because of the Sabbath. These laws were written before cell phones or air conditioners were even thought of.
Yeah, and who's to say that that's a loophole anyway? Like,
right.
you hold the phone, you press the buttons, they talk.
Right.
You're still using the electricity,
right?
But their hand doesn't touch it,
right?
Like, that's the kind of thing where it's written in the book, and then some guy with the stupid hat on has to tell you how to interpret it, basically.
Right.
Like, but who's to say that nigga's right? It's just what they all got in the room and decided.
Right. Because now, even though you didn't touch it, I'm just a human conductor.
Exactly. So it doesn't really. I'm not trying to like poke at people's religions, but I just would like people to understand the relationship between the written word and the ability to use written words as like a control mechanism. Because like I said, like, your body doesn't belong to you your whole life. Like, at some point you do need to create a new person and feed that to the machine, essentially. So if you're denying that, also, whenever people see two dudes kiss, they're like, ew, yucky. So they're just like, all right, you're going to hell for that because you just ruined my sandwich that I was eating at this restaurant. But it's like, it's just whatever, man. I don't like seeing fucking straight people kiss in public. Ew. Like, you ever see like the fucking, like, two like fucking 19-year-old Mexicans making out in public? You're just like, oh my God, go home, nigga. I know it's 30 people at the house, but come on, it's 100,000 of us out here watching this shit.
Yeah, I'm with you on that.
Yeah.
One more thing I wanted to talk about before I just get into some quick questions.
I seen a nigga beat his dick in Central Park on the bench that I was just sitting on, so that might be his bench. I got up and then I walked over and I walked back over to the bench. He on this bench beating his dick. He should go to hell for that. I sat on that bench. I didn't know that was his bench. All right, my bad. Okay, let's continue with being smart.
No, I wanted to send some congrats to the WNBA. The WNBA just reached a new collective bargaining agreement.
This shit is too far. He's in my space. I want to sit on his head.
Yeah. I wanted to send some congrats to the WNBA. They reached a new collective bargaining agreement with some great things implemented into this new deal. Some of the things that they're going to get a new higher maximum and minimum salary. So I believe the total team salary will raise to $7 million with a max salary of $1.4 million, and that will gradually increase. And the new number one draft pick, their deal will start off at $500,000. I believe they're trying to raise the minimum average to at least $600,000 for players. So that's definitely a great thing that these women will receive higher pay.
Yeah, because they used to get paid like the same you would make at like a car dealership, right?
Yeah. I'm like, I know people that was making like $60,000, like not like just starting off at 60,000, where it's like, shit, you could have just, for that money, you could have just did whatever you went to school for.
Yeah, and you don't sign away your likeness for merchandising and potentially video games. Are they ever gonna do a fucking
WNBA game?
Yeah.
No, they do have the WNBA on 2K.
Oh, so can you create your own girl?
Yeah.
Oh, fuck yeah! I didn't even know that. I'm gonna go make one with gigantic titties.
I created me
big titties.
I don't know.
Did they let you do the titties?
I'm not sure. No. But
what the fuck is the point?
But you could just change your hair,
nigga. I pick girls in video games because I want to see titties. Nah, yeah, actually, you know, that's like whoever. If you pick a girl in a video game, you a creepy ass nigga. Like, I remember we used to have Pokemon, like the fucking little pixelated shit.
Yeah,
and it'd be a dude that I was in school with that he would use a girl. And he was like, you can kind of see the titties. I was like, you're going that hole.
So,
but no, I was serious about that. I do want to be able to make big titty WNBA player in the game.
So some of the things they also got, as far as like along with increased pay, they also are getting better health benefits, increased 401ks, back pay for former players I believe they're getting $100,000 for up to. Matter of fact, let me look up.
I think there's got to be some sort of, because you know how like I've been thinking about how the WNBA isn't as popular as the NBA, and women don't really watch this shit.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of the fans of this are men, and that's partially a conditioning thing. Boys are, more, they're introduced to sports more. So I think in order to actually make this shit sustainable, we got to start introducing more girls to sports in a fan aspect.
Oh, no.
Because mostly like the girls that like, I mean, like I grew up with sisters that played sports. Like they got into it and then they played it. But that's only so many people. There's got to be like a spectator aspect of it. Because I'll watch games, but I don't really give a fuck about playing the sports.
Yeah, and that's the thing where the WNBA is going to grow, because you have the younger fans being introduced to it. I think that's something we might have spoke on before, where, the WNBA, their season happens during the summer.
Yeah.
So a lot of the games might be early afternoon games, where it might be around like a 1 p.m. or a 2 p.m. game.
Yeah.
And initially I thought, why aren't the games at night? But it might be because they might have these fan events where they're sponsoring events to bring the day camps, the summer camps, to the games.
Like they don't have to do any. I feel like women themselves, weren't they like fucking a majority of the earth or whatever? Maybe the country, something. I feel like they could sustain this shit without dudes if they like. One, if they gave a fuck, and two, if we were to introduce this in a part of schooling and upbringing, like even if you are a girl and you don't want to play for the basketball team at your high school, somehow this can be a cool thing for you to go do and just watch, and then play the games and all that shit. Because it's just they do this shit. It's just not enough to sustain something, and I feel like they could easily do this shit without us somehow. And I guess we got to be a part of it because they can't do shit themselves. But it is part of it. It's our fault partially because we're like, well, you're a girl, you can't fucking be into sports as much as a dude, blah 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 blah. And then later on down the line, they're like, well, I wasn't conditioned to like this shit, so I'm not gonna support that WNBA. Yep. You gotta fuck a girl with some muscular shoulders and tell her, hey, it's okay that you look like a guy a little bit. You know what I mean? We got to be more open about this shit. We're at the point. We're at a good point where kids, the gender roles they're lessening, but they're still there a little bit. So I feel like that's part of it. Like it starts young. I feel like there's something there.
But one of the things that's funny. Like, look, you're a little ugly, so pick up that basketball over there.
Like, we can still go out, but you're not about to just be acting like a bad bitch because you're not. You're a fucking point guard. That's totally valid. So that's why people's self-esteem is fucked up, because you don't look like Cardi B. You look like a fucking point guard.
So the new CBA promises back pay to athletes who retired from the league, with players with 5 to 7 years of service getting $30,000. 8 to 11 years of service will get $50,000, and 12 years or more service in the league, they'll get $100,000.
That's good.
Yeah, no, that's great. And also, moving forward, the deal also was mandatory chartered flights for all teams. Because I believe it might have been New York Liberty that got in trouble a few years ago because the owner had chartered the flight. Had chartered the jet for players, because at that time it was like players still had to just fly commercial,
right?
So like imagine that. Imagine if we in the airport, you going to Phoenix, and you in the airport with the Knicks or the Sixers. They waiting for the same flight as you. And what else? Oh, also
they should actually have to do that till they win a fucking championship.
And also,
like the Sixers, it would be nice if the Sixers had to fly with us. I feel like they would be able to. They
get their shit together.
Yeah, they get it together if they had to face us in the airport.
And one of the other things too that's important is that this is also because one of the players, that kind of stood up for all women, Derica Hamby. So there's a clause in this where pregnant players, if they're traded, they have to give consent. They have to, approve that trade because the Derica Hamby, she was on the Las Vegas Aces at the time, and she was traded to the Sparks. She was traded, and she filed a federal discrimination complaint, basically stating that she believed she was traded because she was pregnant. So now all players moving forward will have to give consent to that trade. And that's important too, because it would be unfair if a player got traded because they tear ACL or they hurt themselves. They should be allowed that grace to spend their times with their families while they're out with their pregnancy and come back.
Yeah, and they're gonna present this win as like a this is the thing that I hate about this type of shit, where it's like it's kind of a human right, and if all right, I guess there's no way to do this other than to be annoying for a second, but if you own shit, if you own your own goddamn labor, you don't have to succumb to the kindness of your owners. So they're basically giving out human rights and be like, look at this gift that I gave you. You can actually enjoy your pregnancy without fear of losing your livelihood. Isn't that wonderful and progressive? It's like, no, nigga, that's how life was supposed to be. Like, they present shit right. like you get it's like getting a pizza party at work. They're like, nigga, are you supposed to feed me?
Right, yeah.
As much money as I should be, or
much money as I'm generating for you.
You should be giving me enough money to be able to throw my own pizza parties. Essentially, like you should be increasing. Yeah. But the dynamic is just, I don't know. It's just, rather than die, the system will always morph into a new form that we will accept.
Yeah, no, that was well said.
I don't know. I'm just working shit out in my head.
No, that's true. You shouldn't have to. Nobody should have to fear losing their job, because it's something men don't have to deal with.
Exactly.
Like, you shouldn't have to fear of losing your job because you're starting a family. Because
but in a pure if we were a purely capitalist society, then you should be like, motherfucker, you can't work, you don't eat. That's how it would work.
Because it will force a woman to choose.
Yeah.
Am I going to have a long career as an athlete? Because it's like, by the time I retire, if I make it to having a sustainable career where I'm able to play into my late 30s or 40s, it's like, now I done missed that window of starting a family. So they shouldn't have to pick and choose. Yeah,
and the reason why it's such a difficult choice, do I raise a family and find happiness that way, or do I work and provide for myself? And it's two damn near impossible choices, because we're not supposed to live like this. I'm radicalizing you. Sorry. No. I'm always my agenda here is always to get you to want to blow shit up with me.
No, I'm with you, and this is a win for us too, because now
now we don't gotta hear these bitches complaining. Sorry, no. Take that. We're cutting that.
No. I'm leaving that in. That was good.
All right.
No, because I was gonna say, and with them getting increased benefits and increased pay, you might see some male baddies courtside. Nigga, you might see me at a Liberty game.
I be throwing it at them. It don't work.
Yeah, Kelsey.
I just sent F3 to some WNBA players.
Yeah, Kelsey Plum, Cameron Brink.
Yeah, that's a plum I want to taste. I want to eat that plum.
Yeah, let me see. Just two quick questions?
Wait, Kelsey Plum, that's the popcorn girl, right?
Yeah,
the popcorn?
Yeah.
I take that back. Actually, that was no. Not even in jest. Actually, no. I heard her explain that's the story behind that.
Yeah.
And she was just like, I think the camera just like stayed on her, so she was like, "Let me just do something weird." No, but we were like, "Yeah, that's what I thought was happening."
That's
you being just a quirky white girl. It's too, quirky white women are a bit outdated. Zooey Deschanel, that time that was cool. Now we're just like, all right, motherfucker.
Two quick questions, real quick. One question from my man John, Detroit player. He asked about teachers. He said he saw some teacher content where it was a teacher posting videos, more so alpha of the day type content, but no students were involved. Do you think that's cool? Do you think that's acceptable?
I don't really give a shit what teachers do as long as they don't harm kids.
And my take on it, I don't like teacher content being on campus, but at the same time, these schools, teachers need to get paid more so they don't have to be content creators.
I mean, I just don't know where else you would do the content, because it's like you can't do like get ready with me as a teacher and you getting dressed in your house. Like, that's an invasion of your space, right? A little bit. I feel like that would be more groomy to be like, hey kids, look where I do. And if you're just being like a nice, cute teacher in the classroom, no kids involved, go for it. It's not like you're gonna get paid either way.
Yeah, and it's just always tough when it comes to the women showing their outfits as teachers, because these new teachers, they be built. These teachers be having that ass,
and that's a sign of how much society is in decline.
Because before, my teachers used to be built like me.
Yeah. And they would get married, and a man would take them away from that life.
No, I mean like same age and all. Like the teachers would be built like 12-year-old boys.
Yeah, and they was always getting married, and some guy would be like, "I'm gonna take you away from this life."
I went to Catholic school. These was old nuns.
Oh well, they were married to God, and that's more important and more valuable. God was eating that pussy, and that's the most. That's better than I could ever do. So, do you think they do that? Like, if they I mean, I guess nuns aren't allowed to do any of that, but do they be like, "Ooh, God's in the mood right now"?
And the other question,
this finger feels like God.
No, the other question is, what has been one of the toughest things you had to learn along this comedy journey?
What was the toughest thing you had to learn on this comedy journey? I guess there's just the work. It will never stop. Like, when the work stops, you stop.
Yeah.
There's no fucking. It's not like I mean, you could treat it on like a schedule, organize it to where it's scheduled, but it is a consistent thing. Yeah. And you can tell when people think that they've reached a point where they have to stop improving, because they just are fucking they date themselves. That's why you see, like, for the past fucking I hate to go back to the pronouns and all that shit, but you get like fucking a whole decade of pronoun jokes. Yeah. Cuz it's just people that just refuse to grow.
Yeah. For me, the toughest thing I've had to learn, it's been some tough pills to swallow. One is that you could be as funny as you want, it still might not matter.
It doesn't matter. I know that for it. Not even. Yeah. It does not matter.
It don't matter how much you kill, or sometimes that shit just, the ball just might not just roll in your favor.
Yeah. Like, we're funny, but it's not. We're not like
They keep changing the rules.
Yeah, we're not on TV. We don't. We're not on like the radio or whatever the fuck consistently. The new rules. You gotta be like fucking hot. And
not even just that.
You gotta like exploit your immigrant upbringing. Like, hey, my mom talks like a fucking idiot. Isn't that funny? I hate seeing that. I'm like, your mom raised you, and you just up here fucking making a mockery of her accent. I see that shit so fucking much. Man, mother talks like nigga. She carried you for 9 months, and you embarrassing her in front of these white folks.
Boy.
We can talk more shit on the Patreon. We can say names and everything. That's the beauty of it. We gonna drop names.
Yeah. So that's been the toughest thing, is that sometimes funny just doesn't matter. And like,
I would say it never matters.
And just learning to be comfortable alone in this. Like, it is, you do make your friends along the way, but sometimes it can be a lonely journey.
Oh yeah, that actually, that's a good one, because like pretty much everything else, you're like, all right, I'm gonna hit up all, like, you going out to play basketball, I'm like, let me get hit up like a couple people, but for this shit, you gotta just do it You gotta travel by yourself. You gotta do shit by yourself. Like you gonna see people. You build up enough of a community to where there's always people around, but there's nobody that can really help you with shit. Like nobody can like make your act for you. Nobody can do the shows for you. Like you can't pass the ball to nobody. Like having a crew is actually a crutch. Yeah. Like you really got to just do the work alone. And
unless you was born into the Wayans family.
Yeah, if you was born into a Wayans family, you have like fucking a genetic like inscription. It's like inscribed into their DNA that they're funny, and they have like a fucking writer's room, growing up in a writer's room essentially. So you know,
but yeah, man, this was a good one. This was a good one. I guess, you know, as always, before we get out of here, just thank you. You know, thank y'all for listening, tuning in to another episode. Follow us on all our social media. Join the Discord. Tell us what you would like to see on the Patreon. And yeah, you got anything else before we get out of here?
Nope. But yeah, fucking you know, what was I gonna say? Oh yeah, you already said all the like Patreon, Discord, blah blah blah. So I'm good.
All right, yeah. So yeah, we'll catch you on another one. It's been a good one. I'm Anthony Moore.
I'm Asante Morris. Thank you.
And we out of here.